A man who pleaded guilty to stealing that Jackie Robinson statue from McAdams Park is sentenced to 15 years in prison today. Digital anchor Keith Grant joins us now. And Keith, Ricky Aldrade made a statement to the court just before sentencing.
Mike, that sentencing coming down this afternoon. Ricky Aldrade stood before a judge as his sentence was handed down. It comes just months after he pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including aggravated burglary, criminal damage to property, and theft. Aldrade admitted to stealing League 42's Jackie Robinson statue from McAdams Park back in January. Police say he was among the suspects who cut the statue at the ankles, leaving behind only Robinson's feet. The statue was discovered dismantled and burned. In court just before he was sentenced, Aldrade apologized to League 42 founder Bob Lutz. He also put the blame on drugs.
First of all, I'd like to apologize to Mr. Lutz, League 42, City of Wichita. I let fentanyl take over me and made a lot of poor decisions. I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed. And whatever you do today, I accept it.
Aldrade also apologized to his family. After that, as we mentioned, Aldrade was sentenced to roughly 15 years in prison. He's also been ordered to pay more than $41,000 to League 42.